It is no secret by now that Donald Trump will be out of the Oval Office soon and that he lost the US presidential elections. While that seems to be a great loss, and I'm pretty sure it is, I'm rather interested in the loss that happened right before he got elected as US president. In tonight's episode of Uncover That Scam, we will look at how Donald Trump leveraged the magic of television to pull off a really smart and really sleazy scam. In the early 2000s, Donald Trump found himself on the brink of bankruptcy. A new project by Mark Burnett would change his fortunes though. The Apprentice would bring in a huge surge of cash, and this was very necessary from a financial perspective because Donald Trump's losses from previous businesses had reportedly ballooned to more than $350 million. The show's success gave it a sweet spot for product placement, and because of that, a whole lot of endorsement deals would flow in. More than that though, the show manufactured a new image for him. Apprentice producer Bill Pruitt told The New Yorker, "We saw a crumbling empire at every turn. Our job was to make it seem otherwise." Thanks to the magic of television, they succeeded. Donald Trump was now reinvented as a business whiz and master dealmaker, an image he'd leverage into lucrative advertisement deals and sleazy scams such as this.
At Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about. Success. It's going to happen to you.
Donald Trump is without question the world's most famous businessman. As a real estate developer, he has reshaped the New York skyline with some of that great city's most prestigious and elegant buildings. Now, Donald Trump brings his years of experience to the world of business education with the launch of Trump University.
If you're going to achieve anything, you have to take action. And action is what Trump University is all about. But action is just a small part of Trump University. Trump University is about knowledge, about a lot of different things. Above all, it's about how to become successful. We're going to have professors and adjunct professors that are absolutely terrific people, terrific brains, successful. We are going to have the best of the best. And honestly, if you don't learn from them, if you don't learn from me, if you don't learn from the people that we're going to be putting forward, and these are all people that are hand-picked by me, then you're just not going to make it in terms of the world of success. I think the biggest step towards success is going to be sign up at Trump University. We're going to teach you about business. We're going to teach you better than the business schools are going to teach you. And I went to the best business school. We're going to teach you better. It's going to be a shorter process. It's not going to involve years and years of your life. It's going to be less expensive. And I think it's going to be a better education. And it's going to be what you need to know. So we're going to teach you business. We're going to teach you life. We're going to teach you salesmanship. We're going to teach you what you need to know. And we're going to also make sure that no matter what you do, as I said before, you're going to love it. Because if you don't love it, it's never, ever going to work.
Trump University was incorporated in 2004 by Donald Trump, Michael Sexton, and Jonathan Spatelny as a New York LLC. Trump owned 93% of the company. On May 23, 2005, Trump University formally launched its education program. At the opening presentation, Trump said, "If I had a choice of making lots of money or imparting lots of knowledge, I think I'd be as happy to impart knowledge as to make money." According to the Washington Post, part of the school's sales pitch was, the billionaire had made enough money for himself. Now he would put his famous brain to work for the little guy. The company's original business plan focused on online education, but quickly expanded to include live in-person instructions as well. The focus of the instruction was real estate investing, with classes ranging from $1,500 seminars to a $35,000 Gold Elite program. Records produced indicate 7,611 tickets in total were sold to customers attending courses. Roughly 6,000 of these tickets were for $1,500 three-day courses, and 1,000 tickets were for silver, gold, or elite mentored courses ranging in prices from $10,000 to $35,000. With price tags such as this, one can expect a university to have a great array of classes and subject matters. This, though, was very different to what previous clients of Trump University experienced. I can talk as much about it as I want to, but I'd rather much you hear it from former students of Trump University of their experience at Trump University. Take a listen.
You're a former Trump University student. Do you believe that it was a fraud, as the Attorney General has said?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind.
So just as the New York Attorney General has said, you believe that it was a fraud. There were several...
I do believe.
There were several different packages. You want to talk more about that, about why?
Yes. First of all, I signed up for the 3-day introductory seminar at $14.95, and we were told if by the end of the first day that we didn't want to stay for the 3 days, we could have our money refunded. I asked the instructor a lot of direct questions. They completely evaded answering them. So I started getting upset, feeling that this was not an actual learning seminar, but maybe just an upselling seminar. I tried to get my money back, and two other instructors were brought over and basically cornered me, telling me that I just didn't understand the material. I was confused. It's overwhelming. It's real estate. After all, I'm a newbie. If I just stay for 3 days, everything will become clear. So I had a very hard time from the get-go trying to get my money back.
Okay, so $1,495 we're talking about, right? Okay.
That was the initial seminar,
That's not
yes.
chump change. It's a pretty good chunk of money. So you eventually tried, as you said, to cancel your agreement and try to get your money back, and you fought it. How did that play out?
Well, what happened after that is I didn't receive my money back from the first day seminar, and they had gotten all of our financial information in the first day of the seminar. They, under the guise of working with us to achieve our real estate goals, we were going to become part of the Trump family. We were going to be mentored for a year. That was the gold package, which was $35,000. I didn't sign up for it by the end of the 3 days. However, I was contacted continuously after the seminar.
This is the one this is the gold package, which is $34,995, which is basically $35,000, as you said. What kind of people were signing up for that $35,000 package?
There was a lot of seniors there that had lost money in the stock market, so they were working with trying to rebuild their retirement. There was some husband-wife teams. I partnered up with a soldier that had just returned. There was a couple veterans there from Iraq. He had gotten blown up in a tanker. He was on an honorable discharge, and he was trying to rebuild his life.
How were they paying for this?
He wrote a check, and later the veterans' lawyers were able to help him with his case.
Yeah, and so how were the other people paying for it? Were they just paying for it flat out? Were these people these weren't wealthy people, were they?
No, what they did was really pressure people. The mentors singled out the people that they saw from the financial statements had available credit lines, because we filled out our checking, our savings, our credit cards, and our credit limits and our balances. And so the second day of the seminar, the mentors that we were supposed to be working with actually took us outside of the room privately to help us work on our real estate goals, and basically had really pressured people into calling their credit card companies to up their credit limits so that they could pay for these seminars.
The New York Attorney General declined to be interviewed for this report, but provided CNN with 6 of the 150 affidavits he says he's collected from unsatisfied Trump University students, who mostly complain their education at the school was worthless. Like this student who writes, "I have not been able to get in touch with anyone after I signed up for the Trump Gold Elite program. All the numbers have been disconnected." One student who paid $25,000 to have special access to high-level mentors claims he hasn't been able to get in touch with his non-existent power team. And as for investing knowledge, a student says he wrote off Trump University as a bad investment on my part. Most of the students never met or even laid eyes on Donald Trump. Trump University is now called Trump Entrepreneur Initiative. The school says it never promised anyone would meet the Donald.
I was trumped by Trump. I was duped by the Donald.
I was highly deceived.
What do you want to say to Donald Trump about Trump University?
Yeah, we both know, man to man, you knew you were taking people for a ride, and it just wasn't right.
Many lawsuits have been filed against Trump, but when it comes to his relations with Trump University, 3 lawsuits were filed asserting that Trump University engaged in a variety of illegal business practices, ranging from false claims to racketeering. 2 of these lawsuits were federal class actions, one against Trump University and its managers, including Donald Trump, and one against Donald Trump personally. A third was filed in New York State Court. On the 24th of August 2013, the state of New York filed a $40 million civil suit against Trump University, alleging illegal business practices and false claims made by the company. New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman described Trump University as a bait-and-switch scheme. He accused Trump of misleading more than 5,000 people to pay up to $35,000 to learn his real estate investing techniques.
More than 5,000 people were ripped off for millions of dollars.
In October 2014, a New York judge held Trump personally liable for operating this company without the required business license. In 2010, an investigation by the Consumer Protection Division had found the company was engaging in false, misleading, and deceptive practices and had defrauded Texas taxpayers out of $2.6 million. An estimated 267 Texans spent more than $426,000 on the 3-day seminars, and 39 purchased Trump's Gold Elite package costing $35,000 each. Another 150 Trump University customers from Texas spent more than $826,000 on other goods and services. The lawsuit proposed by the Consumer Protection Division sought to recover more than $2.6 million for Texas taxpayers who had been students at the university and had spent on seminars and materials, plus another $2.8 million in penalties and fees. The investigation was dropped and no lawsuit was filed, but Trump University agreed to cease operations in Texas. The Attorney General Greg Abbott went on to become governor, and the Deputy Chief of Consumer Protection, Owens, later alleged that Abbott's decision not to sue Trump was political. Trump later donated $35,000 to Abbott's campaign for governor. On April 30th, 2010, Tyler McCabe, who paid nearly $60,000 to Trump University in 2008, brought a class action against Trump University. McCabe and other former clients of Trump University sought refunds as well as punitive damages for breach of contract, fraud, negligent misrepresentation, and bad faith. On June 16, 2014, District Judge Gonzalo P. Curiel ruled in favor of McCabe and dismissed Trump's defamation claim. At the court's invitation, McCabe presented evidence of her legal costs and fees in connection with the defamation litigation. She asked for $1.3 million, and on April 20, 2015, Curiel ordered Trump University to reimburse McCabe $798,000 in legal fees and costs. On 18 October 2018, California businessman Art Cohen filed a civil lawsuit in the U.S. District Court of Southern California as a class action on behalf of consumers throughout the United States who purchased services known as live events from Trump University after 1 January 2007. It alleged violations of the RICO statute, essentially a scheme to defraud. It accused Trump of misrepresenting Trump University to make tens of millions of dollars while actually delivering neither Donald Trump nor a university. The suit named Donald Trump as the sole defendant and sought restitution as well as damages, including punitive and treble damages. On the 18th of November 2016, it was reported that Donald Trump had agreed to pay $25 million to settle the two class actions and the New York suit. The settlement was reached 10 days before the San Diego class action was scheduled to go to trial. $21 million will go to the participants in the class action, $3 million will go to the New Yorkers not covered by the class actions, and a penalty of up to $1 million will be assessed by the state of New York for running an unlicensed university. The plaintiffs' lawyers agreed to forego their fees and work for free to maximize the amount that will go to the approximately 7,000 former Trump University students who are part of this case. One can say all the publicity was payment enough for these lawyers who agreed to work for free. Although Donald Trump's scam university was caught red-handed operating illegally, he still managed to scam his way to a presidency. And I can only blame the people that voted him till there. This is the same people to fall for his get-rich-quick schemes. This is the same type of people whose naivety always lands themselves knee-deep in trouble. This is the same type of people who keeps scam culture alive because they're too busy looking at what the scammers have instead of looking at facts presented about them, researching those facts, and then making their own conclusions. In some instances, fans just choose to stay delusional and don't want to differentiate between characters in series on TV and real people in real life. If you've enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. It actually helps out the channel a lot. And if you're new here, smash that subscribe button to discuss more scams and scammers with me. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure sharing this video with you. Till the next one, I'll see you guys. Cheers.